Here I am once again. I'm trying to do a little something here from a cell phone. And so, but like, my name is Louis Dixon. I'm speaking up for my daughter, my biological daughter. I was kind of an old guy when I had the daughters. I'm very responsible. She seemed like a grandchild, a daughter, all in one. And she's my pride, and she is my joy. And now she's like I'm in a position where I can't support her, and she's been with me all her life. She's 13 years old. She's in Havenwyck Hospital, and they're just straight out in my face, just turning her against me or making her. She did something very serious. But that's the first time. I ain't gonna try to make light of what she did. She be straight across the board. She drunk some peroxide to the point where I had to take her to the hospital, and and now it just turned into something like a nightmare where I can't. They won't allow, according to law, it's like they not allowing me access to be able to support her, and they're making it sound like it's so impersonal, like it's dealing with a machine or something. When she's been out of my house now for that over 30 days, and she never been out from under the same roof, that not even near that long, and she's not well, and they just it's unbelievable. I think it's un-American, and I believe it's because of the stuff that's going on with the presidential stuff. That some people are very evil. She's being persuaded that as a young lady, she was very smart and scholastic stuff. But she's sympathetic toward the homosexual community, and she just feel like people do them wrong. But she don't realize that the problems that we have and that we are suffering from as a black family is due to being persecuted just because we are not homosexuals, and that's a hard. She's too young to be able to sort this kind of stuff out. And these are the people who have control over her, these doctors. It's just terrible that black people now see blacks have to deal with all kinds of injustice. She's just a 13-year-old child. I always wanted to teach her that there's good in the system. There's good in justice. That, make her believe that black people got justice. But now it just seems like at a time of need, the time that she need me, the system is going against her because of her color. But it could not be because of her color, but it's affecting her from a color perspective because she's worried about things that the average person is not worried about. Her life entails more than the average person. And then my point is, why would grown professional doctors and people not, just put children in positions like that and have them provided with their own lawyers just to really abuse them, abusing their childhood, abusing their transition into adolescence, and not allowing them with parents. Like they try to, they treat her just like she's somebody that just rolled in off the street somewhere. She's been a good child. I mean, what I mean by a good child, very productive, loving, caring. It's just on the wrong track because of all this stuff that's going on. Where it took a whole new administration to bring about a different spirit, and and she's not even having a chance to enjoy it. Well, I figure eventually she will, but it's just the idea that things that things that are going on in America, you know, these are the things that you would think that would be going on in a third world country or something. That people, shaped up real pretty just for some type of abusive uh, condition that people have to survive in it. And it's just not, it's just not. Well, it's just something that I would say need to be confronted because perfection, you shouldn't, a child should be able to have a childhood and not be just corrupt by the system itself. And that's what is happening. And well, I imagine E'yona have a better chance at being, still growing up and having a normal life in comparison to other people. In comparison to other people, but that's something that we just have to look at as life goes on. But it's not something that that we well, the only thing that we can speak about is black people. Like me, I'm 66 years old. You know, it's a long story. I guess everybody have one. But we don't have black leaders that look out for black people. All of our leaders are what you call tokens, and not the ones that just not leaders. All successful black people, all successful black people. When it comes down to financial stuff, they all twisted into. I, uh, we we are trying to. I was glad to hear that a good percent of black men voted for Donald Trump. I also heard that a good percent of black women voted for Donald Trump. That's ideal, because these are the people who want to give life. Who want to give pro life. Who want life to be better. Who is not. It's just not. You have to you have to aspire for heights in order to just get normal. You got to perfect what's a given. Perfect common sense. Don't just try to make stuff weirder and weirder and weirder just because you haven't experienced probably nothing but weird stuff. In other words, if a person been abused, then that's pretty much, they say it's pretty much they can't get past. I don't see, I don't really know is that true or not, but why? But this is what is being taught. But we want to get some. We want some. I apologize for having to come to the public like this about money for a lawyer. We don't have. My daughter wanted younger. Her civil rights was violated when she was about 5 or 6 years old in Selma, Alabama, when I was running for the mayor of that city. The people, and I feel responsible for getting her tied up in a lot of stuff. They violated her civil rights there. And then, it's just one thing after another, one thing after another. But this thing about religious freedom, we as black people, we gotta do something about it. We need, we thank God for Donald Trump, you know, because we won't have no type of guideline. Even when it comes to business, without a business uh, perspective, it's just at least we have that working for us. Now that we can go into business as a business, and but we just need. Well, time is so much of the essence right now. If I could just get someone out there in Radio Land somewhere to GoFundMe.com and try to, so I can get my daughter out of this hospital. Whatever kind of arrangement, whatever type of agreement, it's all good with me. My name is Louis Dixon. I'm a retired veteran. If I could just get my veteran benefits, I could get it. But not right now. It's just time of the essence. I hear about the veterans going to get a break, but I'm a veteran from the Vietnam era. They just won't. It's just terrible. It's terrible how they do. How I'm being done, just based on what have I done. I believe in things like what the late John F. Kennedy say: "Don't ask what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country." What they're doing against me is just because I was born Baptist. I can't understand that. Ain't nothing but black Baptist people. But they're doing it because I guess they figure through some type of authorization, they have changed the teachings of Jesus Christ. And I just don't, I don't. That's not true. So, that's the problem. Can we? Is it? We got to revive our churches. We got to revive them. If we don't, then the neighborhood have proven where it's going. It's not speculatory. It's not like we know these streets is not getting paved in gold. They not even the asphalt. We can't keep up with that. So something is wrong, and if something is wrong, that means something is wrong. That means something is wrong with God. Something is wrong with man's relationship with God, and that's why, And so if you're not, and we kind of see the disconnect. We kind of see, what we would have never arrived at this situation because no one would have allowed it to happen unless it was a blind alley, a blind street. For the last 40 to 50 years, America just been, it's been, like a child, just rambling, rambling, rambling. And now our history, it's a lot to go, it's a lot to dictate now about our history. We shouldn't be just falling for the same things over and over and over again. But in the meantime, I'd rather get back to, the main cultural stuff or whatever. But I just really wish someone would donate me some money, my family, the Newman family, some money in order to get my oldest daughter out of this situation, which is un-American. It's very unfair. But I believe it's going to be a good learning process for her, especially if America proved to be America. And I got to make sure that happens. So I don't know what it is about people that, I thought that at least once once we did get Trump in the office, that we still, you would understand that, hey, you got to go to the top. In order to be on top, you just can't be no just the government has to be respected and feared. But it got to be respected as being a decent government. And then you can't be a decent government unless you are a decent government. That's another thing. It's not a time for fake breaking, especially when it's real. So anyway, I hope someone would stop this nightmare for me and help me to see after help me with this situation. I will. I don't owe anybody anything that I know about, and I'm always a man. I'm a man of my word, and it's just that simple. And that's probably to me. I think that's why so many people are working against me because it's just the right thing to do. Well, anyway, I just wish someone would help me out. I put it that way. I'll talk to you later.